Hey guys, it's Risto. I wanted to do another knife review for you, and this will be of the Spyderco Goddard, and this is a sprint run knife. This meaning this is an older knife that they produced and now they've made it in green handles, olive drab. So let's go over the specs of the knife, and just so you know, the knife is discontinued. I know that sucks if you really like it and you want to buy it, but I'm sure you can find it out there on secondary markets, whether Blade Forums or eBay, something like that. I did look around a little bit. I know Blade HQ says out of stock. I don't know if that means they're getting more in stock or what. You could do it, do a little research and find out. But anyway, let's go over the specs of the knife. So again, this is the Spyderco Goddard Sprint Run. The item number on that would be the C16POD. So the overall length on this is 8.78 inches. The closed length, 5.12 inches. And the blade thickness, 0.118. Pretty thin. The blade length, 3.66, and the actual edge length is 3.44. So the edge ends there. And the handle material on this is the FRN, fiberglass reinforced nylon. This is pretty similar to a lot of other Spyderco knives, specifically the Delica and the Endura series. This is what they call the volcano grip. Give you a close-up of that. And the seal on this would be VG10. So let me show you that. So you can see here Seki City, Japan, and over here Spyderco VG10. A lot of you may be familiar with VG10. It's a very common steel. Spyderco sort of took that over and started using it in folding knives, sporting knives, stuff like that. When before it was mainly used as chef's knives and stuff like that. But now a lot of different knife companies use VG10. Now this is a pin construction, meaning you cannot adjust the pivot. You basically got what you have whenever you get the knife. So when we're at that, let's talk about lockup. So you do have a standard lockback design, and you have the Spyderco little indent. A lot of the knives have. As far as this knife came, it's pretty tight. There's a tiny bit up and down, but nothing side to side. I would expect it would be, do pretty well. I mean, when you're buying this knife, you're not like going to be going like hacking large branches or anything like that. This is designed for, light cutting tasks. It's not for anything heavy. So, like I said, it's VG10 steel, and I have experience with this on a couple of other knives. It's very common, like I said. Just while we're at it, let's talk about the steel. The steel, again, VG10, good thing about it is it's rust resistant. Obviously any sort of steel will rust if you leave it out in the elements for long periods of time, but it's very rust resistant, and it's sort of like Aussate or stuff steel like that, where it'll hold an edge for a while, not like S35 VN or other steels like that. But it sharpens readily, and I do like that about that. I mentioned in my last video that I'm basically only running the Spyderco Sharpmaker, and so with this, it's really quick and easy to sharpen. And again, with this blade geometry, makes it quite easy. There's no recurve. There's nothing going on here other than just the straight edge with a little bit of an upsweep. So it makes it quite easy to sharpen, because as an example, I have a SOG knife that has a sort of a crazy recurve towards the end of the blade, and it's pain to sharpen, because when you get that recurve, it makes it really hard to sharpen. So let's go over the ergonomics of the knife. It's really thin, and I do like that about this knife. It has no steel liners. It'll focus. So it's lightweight and it's thin, and it, you know, it carries pretty well due to the thinness and how light it is. The pocket clip, as you can see, is a blackened pocket clip, and it is installed with this screw. It's like a male-female screw, so you could switch it out to the other side if you wanted, but it is tip up only. You can't do anything over here. As you can see, mine's been scuffed up quite a bit, you know, through what have you, you know, using the knife, and you know, whatever, I don't care about that. Let's see what else I can say about this. I mean, oh, I guess I forgot to mention the weight. The weight on this is 2.9 ounces, so it's a pretty lightweight knife, and it rides really well in pocket. I haven't, you know, it's not heavy or anything like that, so it's just really easy to carry. So as far as what I like about it, like I said, I do like the steel. I like how thin it is. I like the fact that there's no liners. Because for a knife like this, you're not, like I said, you're not going to be doing anything really heavy for cutting. So that kind of, you know, lack of liners is, I think, is perfectly fine. And I'm sure a lot of other people do as well. One thing that I don't really like is the speed. For whatever reason, maybe it's just me, I can't really get this to come out very fast. I basically have resorted to just doing that anytime I open the knife. And for me, that's fine. I know a lot of people really like to open it quick and fast, but this is the kind of knife where I think part of the problem is it's a lock back, and you know, it's got a relatively small opening hole. So for me, I just, you know, go ahead and do that. I mean, if you use a lot of wrist and flick it, you could get it. It's kind of hard to do it with the tripod, but you know, there you go. Let's see here. So like I said, the speed, you know, if you wanted to get it really fast, you might have to practice for a while. That's not something I ever did, because I just, you know, was fine opening it slowly. I didn't really have a need to open it very quick. Now, like I said, this is a sprint run, so if you're really interested in it, it might be difficult to come across, but let me just go into a story of like why I decided I liked this knife and I wanted it. I was in a local knife shop, and I was looking around, and you know, I had several Spydercos, Benchmades, and you know, Spyderco has, you know, standard leaf shape that they put on almost all their knives. And as soon as I saw this, I'm a big fan of the drop point, and as soon as I saw this, I really liked it. You know, I was like, wow, a Spyderco with a drop point blade. And I like drop points, and I like just a plain edge, and that got me hooked. And you know, I was already a fan of VG10, and let me just wipe this off. So just the shape alone got me hooked, because I was like, where have I seen a knife that Spyderco currently makes that looks like this? And I couldn't think of anything, so that's what got me sold on the knife. Now let me just show you a little bit close-up of the knife. It's hard to do without reflection, but it says right here, designed by Goddard. And on this side, you just have the Spyderco logo. As far as the strength goes, again, I sort of covered this, but I don't really have any concerns about it. You know, this is a knife I've had for 2 years. Over 2 years, and you know, I've carried it quite a bit, and you know, I haven't damaged it, I haven't done anything that would possibly damage it. So obviously, you know, you could break it if you know, were trying to, you know, or were doing something that was reckless, but I think it's fine. Now I don't know if they have any knives like this currently, but I think this is probably the only thing you have. And this is a design that they, again, a sprint run, meaning that it's a discontinued knife that they have now changed the blade steel or the handle material or the handle color to make it different and new, and it's a sprint run. So this was a knife that existed before, and then it got discontinued, so they brought it back with the sprint run, and now that's discontinued. But you know, I really like it. It's just, I've always been a fan of the drop point blades, and again, I have several Spyderco knives, and I like the leaf design, but just as soon as I saw that drop point, I was like, wow, Spyderco did a drop point. That's awesome. And again, just as a backstory, I've been, you know, into knives and knives as a hobby for several years now. And when I was a kid, you know, I was probably 14, and I got a Benchmade Griptilian, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. So I've been around for a while, but I had never seen a Spyderco like this. So that's what caught my eye, and just had to have it. Let's see if there's anything else I can say about this. Oh, you know what? As far as the edge goes, again, this is sort of rocking my edge, that just from the Sharp Maker, just from maintaining it. Right now, it doesn't look very good, the edge. It's a little rough, but, you know, it still gets the job done. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's do a cut test. Slid off there a little bit. So it's not the greatest. I probably should touch it up a little bit. Let's see if we can get a clean cut here. And I'm sort of just like swiping it like that because it can't, there's no way it could do a push cut right now. What I should do is sharpen it and do this again, and maybe even show you how I sharpened it. Anyway, this is sort of a failure, but you can see, it. Well, now it's just tearing it. It's getting worse as time goes on here. You know, it's got an edge to it, but I definitely need to do a little work to it, and that's okay. That's fine. Again, this is something I carried a lot. I haven't really carried it recently, so probably what I did is I used it, and then, you know, I didn't really touch it up because I was moved on to a different knife. But anyway, it's super easy to sharpen. Right now, I probably could just throw it on the ultrafine rods and run it through about 20 times, and it will be fine. We'll see, maybe I can do a video showing that. That'd be pretty cool, I think. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about the knife, you know, if you're interested in it. You know, if you really like it, maybe, you know, I'll trade for it, you know, who knows. I'm just in the off chance that you really, really like the knife and you can't find it anywhere. I'm sure there's some sort of online dealer or eBay, someone has it, but, you know, let me know what you think of it in the comments, and if you like these videos, please go ahead and hit the button on the top right corner and subscribe. That would be awesome. Comment, and I'll answer your comments and any questions. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'll talk to you later.